Hello, citizens of YouTube land.
Hey!
It's your president and your PP, and we're back with another installment of the 12 Days of Christmas-a-thon. This time it's Frosty the Snowman, which premiered, give me 1 second, guys. It's a Rankin Bass production, so we're back to the Rankin Bass universe this time around. I know you guys were probably thinking, hey, enough of the Christmas carols. Well, your wish is our command because we don't have any more of them planned this year.
Yeah, this time we only got other stuff.
Okay, so it premiered December 7th, 1969 on CBS. And
this is the oldest one, I do believe.
Second oldest. The oldest is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No, I'm talking about the ones we have planned.
Oh, okay. Then, but he's correct. It's the second oldest, though, in the Rankin Bass universe, guys, because let's face facts. As we pointed out in the Jack Frost review, this is an entire universe with all these characters that they introduce in these different not animatronics, but in these different claymation and traditional animation specials. They all kind of intertwine and interact with each other in later productions. So, yeah, it's kind of a universe. They were doing these things way back when. So, for those of you who think that the Marvel Universe, we may have pointed this out before, but if you think that the Marvel Cinematic Universe was the first of its kind, well, it's not.
It really wasn't. That would actually be the Universal Monsters, baby. Let's go.
So, with that being said, guys, the voice cast includes Jimmy Durant as himself, the narrator, Jackie Vernon as Frosty, Paul Frees playing our traffic cop, ticket man, Hocus Pocus, and Santa Claus. Once again, he's playing a role similar to Father Winter that he played in Jack Frost. So there you go.
Ah.
And we've also got June Foray and Billy D. Wolf as Professor Hinkle, which I believe that is your... Well, we'll get into who he is, Professor DeWinkle. So, of course, this is based off of the song Frosty the Snowman. And right away, we're in New York City, and the children are...
Not New York. It's either White Plains, New York, it's White Plains, New York, or Avonark, New York.
Okay.
This is mentioned, this is actually because of the song, because Avonark holds a parade every year for Frosty the Snowman.
Well, yeah, we kind of got to get into that because this is actually in an insane Christmas special. So we're in White Plains, New York, or the other place that he said. And so the children are in school, and it's the day before. Apparently, now this is kind of a thing. I guess they would go all the way up to school. I didn't realize this or know this, but they went to school till like December 23rd. Okay. And the teacher is...
we get out December 21st.
And so the students want to do something, and the teacher immediately shoots it down. And so then they go out, she brings in the Professor DeWinkle, and he's the world's worst magician because they tell us that he is literally the world's worst magician.
Yeah.
And so he's a clumsy oaf, and all of his magic tricks literally fall out of his costume, and the bunny rabbit just like disappears completely and isn't shown. So the children are like, enough of this. We don't want to bother with this. We're going outside to play. So they mosey on outside to play, and they all decide they're going to build a snowman. And they get the little blonde-haired girl, Karen, and she's kind of important. She provides the head. And then,
she's not an actual Karen, guys. Don't worry.
And so Professor DeWinkle, a little upset that his magic act was ruined, has decided to leave. Well, the hat actually blows away from him, and it ends up on Frosty. And so Frosty just comes alive because it's a magical hat. So Professor DeWinkle is now upset and mad that this happened because it's sort of like a game of finders, keepers, losers, weepers, if you will. It sort of is, actually.
Yeah, that's the best accurate way to describe it.
And so he's all mad and upset that the hat is all magical. And he's like, I can become a millionaire magician with this. And so he takes the hat back, and Frosty immediately is not alive no more. And
No, he just gets unalived because of the magical hat not being there anymore.
And so the bunny rabbit though is all mad and upset about it, and the evil magician, which by the way, guys, he's an evil magician, but he's not as evil as this guy.
Yeah, he's pretty evil. Oh, he's also greedy too. Can't forget about that.
Yeah, which is another big important plot point of the whole thing, because we'll get into it. So
because he wants it for. I'm gonna insert a pretty funny meme in there. Hopefully I do that right.
It's okay.
We'll leave that up to future editor Jason.
Yeah.
Damn it, past me.
Yeah. Which he might have to edit that part out. But so, anyways, guys, the magician is skedaddling downtown, and he's tipping his hat to everybody as he passes because he did a great move because he got his hat back. But the bunny rabbit hops off of his head and jumps back, hopping all the way back to the school. Then there's this little clip where you see that the magician is now just raising a wreath off of his head and saluting people with it. It's kind of
pretty funny.
And the hat just comes back, and then Frosty is alive again, and his first words are "Happy birthday." Okay, and he's like, "Why can't I talk? I'm a snowman."
Snowman can't talk. Snowman can't even be alive. And so
but here I am. I could juggle. I could use a broom. I could do all these things.
So then they go into the fourth time of Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah. If you love Frosty the Snowman, this is the movie for you.
Okay, if you love the song Frosty the Snowman, you'll probably enjoy this movie or the special. I mean, but if you don't love it, then don't watch the special because Frosty the Snowman plays a total of 7 different times throughout the special.
Well, that being said, though, okay, so Frosty is like, "Oh, I don't feel so good. I'm about to melt because if there's a red thermometer, I hate red thermometers." Which, by the way, guys, if it's 1969,
right, I got this. So I think it was before 1980. All thermometers that were all red thermometers that used heat were generally used with mercury. That were glass. They were glass red thermometers. They were used with
I've
mercury.
actually used them. I remember them, so it's not that far back.
So I think it was. I think it was 1980s and onwards because even we still use them today in science and stuff. They still. I think they've changed it from mercury now, but before then they used mercury, which is very, very dangerous, by the way, and it's very, very toxic to us.
So with that,
which means that they could have possibly gotten cancer from using a mercury red thermometer.
So with that, though, he's like, "Oh, I don't feel so good," and he's starting to melt. And they're like, "Well, Frosty, what can we do to help?" You know what his answer is? "I've got to go to the North Pole." That's his answer. Not Alaska, not the Canadian Arctic, not Antarctica, not anywhere else, not a refrigerated unit, not a freezer. Nope, we've got to go to the North Pole. So he takes the children, okay, and they start out on a little parade, right? And then suddenly there was a marching band playing the theme and sending them off to the North Pole. And all of the adults are okay with this. They just are like, "Oh,
including an Irish
snowman. No, I'm kind of a little freaked out, but not really."
Dad, put your hat on.
Okay.
I just realized he hadn't had his hat on this entire time.
Sorry. So, yeah, we're having a little fun with this one, y'all.
By the way, they also run into an Irish cop, which goes by the typical Irish cop stereotypes.
Which we kind of take a little bit of offense, but not really, because it's like, really, an Irish cop? You just had to do that? Because we're Irish Americans too, so we kind of understand, but at the same time, we're not going to complain about it. So with that being said, though, they go to the train station.
Guys,
Okay?
Frosty the Snowman's canceled. They portrayed a stereotype the wrong way. That's a joke, by the way.
So they go to the train station, and they're like, 2 tickets to the North Pole, please. And so the ticket master, he's like,
It's like,
Saskatchewan, Thunder Bay, Ontario, North Pole, $3,000.04.
because you gotta have that 4-cent sales tax, don't you know?
Yeah, if you've got $3,000, you are going to be out of luck, Fred.
You're gonna be
gotta
SOL.
have that
You're gonna be SOL. But
cents.
if you have 4 cents plus the $3,000, you're A-okay.
So Karen tells him, "Well, we ain't got no money." So he slaps the window shut in their face.
He's like, "You don't got any money?" He's like, but like reverse it. He's like, "No ticket." Bam.
So then they're like, "Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll just stow away on this refrigerated unit that's on this train that's headed to the North Pole."
It happens to be full of ice cream, and
which is perfect for Frosty the Snowman and a little furry buddy, but not so perfect for Karen.
Because she starts sneezing, and then it's like, and Dad makes a joke that she's catching the rhinovirus, and I'm like, no. No, if you're gonna go with a virus joke, you need to make it more threatening. She actually catches the coronavirus.
What was that?
Oh no, it's back.
Yeah, I guess we can't mention the virus that shall not speak its name either. Just like we can't mention the show that shall not be mentioned on this show. Yeah, stop that. I'm getting a little tired of the crow noise. Anyways.
Wait, it's a crow noise this entire time?
It might be.
Okay.
So anyways.
We're having too much fun.
So anyways, yeah, she is literally about to freeze to death. She is going to die of freaking hypothermia. So
plus the coronavirus.
Stop! There's the crow again. So with that, Frosty's like, "Oh well, we got to get out of here." So the bunny starts communicating with the deers, the foxes, the bears, the squirrels.
Wait, there's a bear?
There might be.
If the bear's there, he's probably just going to be like, "I see my next meal."
So he communicates. Hocus Pocus communicates with all of the other forest creatures.
Wait, the bunny rabbit's name was Hocus Pocus?
It was.
Why was he not in the Disney movie?
Mr. Perfect Opportunity there, Disney.
Bruh.
But anyway, okay. So it communicates to all of the other animals. The animals immediately understand him, and they go and collect all of the firewood. Then we have 2 squirrels. I kid you not. 2 squirrels take the kindling, and they start rubbing the sticks together, just like you would if you're a Boy Scout. Picture it. Boy Scout squirrels. That's going to be a new term now. Boy Scout squirrels. And the fire ignites. And meanwhile, the evil magic magician had tracked them.
Were you almost going to say musician?
had tracked them Cape Fear style, because he stows away on the bottom of the tray, just like in Cape Fear, where we see Max Cady under the car. Just like that.
It came out the same year, though. Cape Fear and Frosty. Were they making a Cape Fear reference?
No. You're incorrect. Cape Fear is 1961.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, which we did that review. Go way back in our time machine and go check that one out. It's fun.
Yeah.
So he just bursts onto the scene, and he uses his breath to blow out this full-on campfire.
Just his breath, mind you.
His breath.
He's just like...
And so then Frosty and Karen, they find this greenhouse so that she can warm up. But Frosty can't. The evil magician then shuts the greenhouse door and locks them in. They signal to Santa Claus via hocus pocus to go get Santa Claus. Santa Claus comes down with only 4 of the reindeer, which, by the way, what the H, Santa Claus? It wasn't a big enough or important a mission to save a child's life that you couldn't take all 8 reindeer?
I thought it was 9, including Rudolph.
It just depends on if you include him or not.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps it wasn't all that dark, so he didn't need Rudolph's bright red nose that night.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so Santa Claus comes down, and he's like, you give that hat back so I can bring Frosty back. And the evil magician straight up says, I'm an evil magician.
And we need to make a living, too.
And Santa's like, you do it, or I'm not going to give you any more presents. And he's like, no more magic cards, no more magic 8 balls, no more this. Oh, fine, Santa, you got a deal. So he gives him the hat back, and we end, guys, with yet another rendition of Frosty the Snowman.
Bruh!
So that was Frosty the Snowman, guys. We had a ton of fun with this one.
As you can tell from
final rating, though,
video.
3 3/4 out of 5. What say you?
3.5 out of 5. It's because there's so many freaking songs of Frosty the Snowman.
It will be burned into your brain. But on a side note, it's a pretty fun animation special. Listen, the animation is going to look dated because it's 1969 and they had to work with what they worked with. But Paul Frees, once again, pulling off double, triple duty here with all kinds of roles. You know, the voice actor for Frosty, the voice actor for the Karen, who is, by the way, kind of steals the whole show. Those two, they literally are basically
by the way,
whole story.
So here's the thing. Of all the children that are in the special, Karen is the best one because she has the best quality of voice acting.
Yeah, it was clear. Like they just basically used the mic and like put the mic right up close for her so that the lines would come out clear. But I mean, it's a very magical Christmas story. And guys, I mean, you can't go wrong with this one either. Once again, parents, you're not going to have to worry about your children. But children out there, I implore you, if you do use your imagination to dream up a snowman, please, please, please do not stow away on a train to the North Pole.
Yeah.
So with that being said, however, if you have seen... let me reback that up. If you have seen Frosty the Snowman and you believe that it is the worst Christmas special of all time, then clearly you have never seen Santa Inc. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That forced him to let out a D. Sorry, guys. He is 18, though. We allow it. Nah, I'm kidding. So, but of course, as always, I'm screwing up here. We had too much fun with it. Just remember, we're just 2 idiots with a webcam. Our opinions do not matter, except they actually do, because we have a YouTube show, except they actually don't. So, guys, with all that being said and out of the way, stay tuned where next time it's going to be...
The Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus. Finally, I've kind of been wanting and waiting and ready for that one for a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we'll be doing the Santa Claus next time, and so we'll see you guys on the next one. But until then, there's only one thing left to say, and that, of course, as always, is... Peace and love from Denny and Son. Bye.